The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to our October general meeting for the Dallas Genealogical Society. I'm glad to see a few people here both in person and on Zoom. So I want to get started with our short business meeting, and then we'll move on to our speaker for today. Oh, sorry. Do I? There we go. The minutes for our previous meeting in September are on the website for you to look at. So I'll just go ahead and ask you, does anybody have any corrections to the September meeting minutes, either you online or here in the auditorium? Okay, having heard none, we'll go ahead and mark those approved. We do not have a quorum today, but fortunately we don't have anything we need to vote on. So we're good with that. So we'll move on to there. I wanted to introduce to you or to let you know who our board of directors are for the 2022-2023 year. Of course, last May you elected 3 officers, myself, Patty Smith, who was on here virtually, and Ann Smith, Ann Breuer, who was here in the auditorium with us. Then our executive committee is Susan Rainwater, who's our director of finance, Tony Hansen, who is our director of information technology, and Todd DeDecker, our past president. And that group appointed our directors for the year. Our director of membership is Kim Edge. Our director of volunteers is Barbara Coakley. Our seminar administrator for this year is Brenda Cannon. The website administrator is Todd DeDecker. Our general meeting administrator is Patty Smith. And our newsletter administrator is Michelle Dwyer Cohen, I'm sorry. So those are our directors for the year. We have our financial summary for this year, or for this month, I'm sorry. So that's the way things look for us in September. So we're still looking in pretty good shape. And we want to let you know about some things coming up. In October, it's going to be a pretty packed month for us at the Dallas Genealogical Society. The first thing we have coming up is on October the 21st, from 10 to 6, is our Family History Month celebration. For those of you who have been around a while, you knew this is the lock-in, but they've gotten sophisticated on it since then. So, but that will be upstairs on the 8th floor. There will be 7 free live stream presentations from speakers all across the country. And so that'll be a great thing to come and participate in. One thing that our society does for them is we supply research help for the people that are coming to the celebration. And so I wanted to let y'all know that we are open for volunteers. If you feel like you're comfortable in your genealogy enough to help someone else get started with theirs, we would love to hear from you. And we will get you signed up to be on volunteer and figure out a time slot and all those sort of things. If you would just email info@dallasgenealogy.org and send us an email and let us know you're willing, we'll be in touch. And any of you here in the room, if you want to get in touch with me or one of the other directors, we'll take care of that as well. But that's going to be on October the 21st from 10 to 6. Then the next day is going to be our fall seminar with Paul Milner. And Paul is going to be talking about research in the British Isles, specifically online. I don't know about any of you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to take a trip to England anytime soon. So I'm loving the fact that he's going to be able to talk to us about how to do research in the British Isles on the internet. So that's going to be a great thing to do. The early bird registration for that ends Sunday at midnight. So if you're interested in coming to that and you haven't signed up yet, you may want to go ahead and do that in the next day or two. So you can take advantage of that price. Just to make sure and let you know that Paul will not be here in person. He had some concerns about COVID with the amount of travel he's having to do. So he asked us if we would allow him to present virtually, and we said that's fine, but he is going to be live, and he is going to be answering questions and everything. So that will still be in place. But we will have a group here, and we'll be serving lunch and everything if you want to come here and join us, or you can do that online, either one. So take your pick as far as how that suits you best. But we would love to see your bright, smiling face here in the auditorium with us. Then our regular meetings for the fall. For November 5th, Stephanie Bennett, who's the director of the genealogy section, is going to be doing a presentation on unlocking Fold 3. I've seen this once before, and she does an excellent job of telling us all about Fold 3 and all about the new things that are going on with that website. So that will be a great one to attend. And then in December, Tony Hansen is going to be talking to us about why finding Atlantic shipping records is challenging and how maybe we can overcome some of those challenges. One thing to note about the December meeting is it's going to be at the Lakewood Library, and that's going to be on Abrams, south of Gaston Road. We got tired of fighting the Christmas celebrations in Dallas. The parking was just horrendous, and you couldn't even get down to the library half the time. So we decided to move that meeting to the Lakewood Library and let the Christmas celebrators have downtown Dallas to themselves. So, but we hope we're going to see all of you there at Lakewood Library. Yes, it will be just like normal. It'll just be at a different location for us here in person. We are able to announce now our 2023 seminars. We have agreements with all of our speakers for next year. So I just wanted to give you a heads up of what's coming for 2023. Our spring seminar is going to be with Judy Russell, and it's going to be research in the law, legal knowledge needed to find your ancestors. Our summer seminar will be with Cindy Ingalls. She's the founder and organizer of Cindy's List. And she's going to be talking to us about genealogy and the internet, successfully mining the World Wide Web, and lots of different, maybe not so well-known sites that we can go to discover more about our ancestors. And then in the fall, we're going to have Michael Strauss, and he's going to be talking about 20th century wars, talking about military records and research. This ought to be a lot of fun because one of his sessions is actually going to be a reenactment where he dresses up in military uniform and talks about the day in the life of the soldier and all that. So that ought to be a really interesting thing. But so keep those in mind for 2023. There's lots of other things going on as if this weren't enough. But if you want to know about any of the special interest groups or maybe anything that's going on with other societies in our area, if you'll go to our website and click on the events tab, and you'll see a drop down, a selection of our calendar or our special interest groups or any of those other things that might be of interest to you. We are continuing with our request from you to tell us about your family heirlooms, things that you maybe have found in the attic or in a top shelf of that closet you hadn't cleaned out in a few years that you think might be of interest to people in our society. We would love it if you would write a short article about what you found, but you don't have to if you don't want to. If you would like, you can just send a description of it or maybe a picture to newsletter@dallasgenealogy.org, and we'll write up a short article and share that with the rest of the membership. Oh, and I was going to tell you about a writing contest, but I heard from our newsletter editor just yesterday, and she's already gotten 2 submissions. So our writing contest is closed for this year. She's gotten two submissions. A writing contest? Well, we normally do the judging in November and then announce the winners in December. And since this is October, she already has 2 submissions for the October newsletter. So she's not able to put any more in the newsletter. Now, if you wanted to submit an article and just have it judged, but not in the newsletter, that would be fine.
Also, there'll be a new contest next year.
Yes, there will be a new contest next year.
I don't know what the topic is. Yeah, well, my daughter was talking about this last night. Over the deadline is November 2nd, and on my husband's family, there was some
Okay. Well,
Hey, Jim, can you summarize the question or the comment?
yeah, the question was that one of our audience members had a relative that his was planning on writing an article for this year's writing contest. If you want to go ahead and let her write that article, we will submit it with this year's contest as long as it's in the first part of November, and then we'll publish it next year. That'd be okay, Susan?
I think we could probably publish it separate, just
Okay, we can do that too.
yeah, 'cause I have one that's got one for that.
Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and get those into us like the first week or two of November, and we should be good. Okay, thank you. I also wanted to mention that our society works because of our volunteers, and we're happy to have a couple of new volunteers here this morning. So I was really encouraged to see those, and thank you guys for coming and helping us out. Anytime you think you would like to be of assistance and help out with the society, we would love to talk to you about doing that. And help, you can help others by helping us help them. So we'd be great. One thing we do have is the director of publication content. The director of publication content is kind of a high scale view of all the publication in the society. And it's a person that makes sure that our publication in our newsletter, in our website, in our email, the emails we send out is all kind of coordinated in sending the same message. So we have an opening for that. So if you would be interested in that, if you could contact, either send an email to info or talk to me, that would be great. And I'd like to send out a special thank you, speaking of marketing and publication content, to Betty Ross Crook and her family, who has donated $10,000 for a marketing consultation for us. Marketing is something that we've been working very hard at to try to improve, but frankly, we don't have a lot of really specialized knowledge in that area. We've got a lot of talented people on our board with a lot of very important knowledge about things that we do, but marketing just doesn't happen to be one of those. And so I am thrilled about having a professional marketing consultant that is going to be able to help us out with our marketing and help us get that on track and do a much better job of trying to get more people into our society. And with that, I would like to ask Patty if you will unmute and we can announce our speaker for this morning.
All right, very good.
This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.